Hello guys, EX4 is coming in a week. It's a dog eat dog world, so we need to get all cards quick before anyone else, and I'm going to tell you one of the most valuable cards within this set. I was not British whatsoever.
I wanted more. I gave a second chance to get back.
Alright, here we have EX4 alternate being card list. Now, overall, I'm gonna go through a majority of the cards that are important. Everything else, I'll sort of just glance over. So first of the eggs, we'll do this really quick. Missimon on deletion, draw one. That's not really that great because you also need a Digimon in play on your side. And like, you need to die for that? Guanyamon lets you swing draw one if you have a Tamer. That's less of a commitment because if you have a Digimon in the field, that procs a lot of your opponent's effect and it just is not great. And Upamon at least lets you draw one if your opponent doesn't have a source underneath the Digimon. And like, you have to rely on dying. You just have to rely on your opponent having no sources. You just have a less rushy mentality. So, Missimon's Next, you have Kokomon. Kokomon is one of the best eggs from this set. When it affects, spends one of your Digimon, draw one. Great. I think green needed a lot more draw power, and DP wasn't really a huge issue, so really great. Just draw, because you're going to spend yourself a lot, and might as well benefit off of it. Next, we have Tsunomon. Tsunomon, when one of your other Digimon Digivolves, draw one. Now, this egg is only specific for their Omnimon deck, but it is a really good card. I'm not sure in the future there'll be more stuff that'll complement this card, but for now, it's pretty fun. Pinomon. If you lead outside of battle, gain one memory. It's not a great egg. It's a fun egg playing Ravemon, but I think Ravemon even uses different eggs. Like Demi-Meramon is just more consistent to get draw one, trash one. Like, I'm just saying that's a bit more beneficial. Pinomon, like if it's on deletion, gain one memory, I might have just liked it. But deleting yourself outside of battle, Purple does that, but I feel like it's not needed. Gaining memory is not a huge thing. We have been able to do a lot with just one memory. Just look at all the Greymon stuff. So yeah, I think this is whatever. This is mid. Alright, going into the rookies, we have Agumon. Agumon's a really good card because this is really good in yellow hybrid, red hybrid. Start your main phase, you just promote it, and if you have a red or yellow Tamer in play, gain one memory. So yeah, Agumon, you're set. Red hybrid, you're set. Yellow hybrid, you're set. Set. Con, maybe. If you want to play this, go ahead. It's awesome. Really good card. Everything else, yeah, it's whatever. I'm going to skip over it. You can read it yourself. This Gilmon. Ooh, this Gilmon's really on play. If both opponents trash equal to 20 or more, it gains rush. Now, you can definitely use this in, let's say, a more like Setcon trash Lucamon deck. You don't have to play this card. You can go insane. If you're playing a rush deck that also mills yourself, this is insane. Like let's say Buildstormon. Let's say you'll have 20 more cards in trash because you'll trash yourself a lot. Ravas Barrage out, the Gilmon back to your hand. Play for 3 rush free game. You just end your opponent's life. So yeah, I think this is a card no one should like undermine and just be kind of wary of it. Maybe tuck it in, not in yourself, but okay. There's only okay. Now going into our champion here, Geogray. It's good. It just adds more stuff to the Rice Greymon line. I'm not gonna praise it too much. It's just great. Similar effect to Agumon. Promote it, gain a memory. Same inheritable effect. All this Black Growl stuff. It's just great for Chaos Gallantmon. I'm not gonna say it's like so totally relevant. I'm gonna say if you like Chaos Gallantmon, this is good. I can go over it pretty quickly. You just trash mutually from both sides. Trash top 2, then return something within the Gallantmon line. Same thing over here. You trash both sides, delete something, 3k or less, add 2,000 for every 10 cards in both players. The trash. Other War Groundmons have this similar effect in of deleting at 6k or less. But I have inheritable. I don't know why don't give an inheritable. But yeah. Chaos Gallantmon, deleting one of your Digimon with deletion cards, may play this card without paying the cost. Now this is really cool because let's say you have a Magidramon, it counts as Chaos Gallantmon sometimes, depending on the card. You can swing, it doesn't die, let's say. Hopefully it doesn't die, it's a Mega. But yeah, end of your turn, just be like, wait.
There's more!
And just plays Gallantmon out of nowhere, proc on deletion of the Magidramon, play another Chaos Gallantmon or a Gallantmon, and then now you have multiple on plays you can proc, like this guy. His on play is delete a 7k or less for every 10 cards in both players' trash, add 2k. Very similar to War Growl, just a bit higher DP as a starting point. But this is fun. I think Magidramon decks, milling decks are going to be fun. Will it be super meta? But it's going to be fun. Rise Greymon, I don't think it's as good as the other Rise Greymons, but here's the effect. When Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon, all your opponent's security Digimon gets minus 4k. Kind of good if your market is trying to swing, survive, just do 2 checks. Like, yeah, this focuses more on the old Rise Greymon, sort of like what they were going for, minusing DP, which is like good, but they just haven't been focusing on that, which is why it's like okay. V2 Greymon, I think is a huge pass. If you pull this card, I'm sorry. Try to trade it quick for suckers who are trying to collect a master set. It's not a great card. You have Galamon, some more Galamon support. That's a security effect. You can play it without paying the play cost, but then it doesn't even stay on the field like Digimon, like Omnimon's Zwart defeat. It goes back to your hand, and like you get to have the on play, like sort of stop aggression, but like why not stop aggression by letting it sit on the field? Like I want to swing back. All right, here we have next is the blue part. So blue has Gaussmon. Gaussmon is just one more number. Do the blue fair stuff. For our blue rookies, you have Gaussmon. Gaussmon is just adding extra numbers to our blue cards or blue flare cards to add more consistency, and that's really great. Your turn once per turn when a card with blue fair trait is played, draw one. Similar to Dracomon, that's pretty good. Get a draw one. When now you can definitely play this with Twilight. You can a card with Twilight trait is played. Return one Digimon card with Digicross from a treasury hand. That's pretty good. I don't think you really care. I think you just play a blue flare deck. So the sad part about this card, unlike Dracomon, you don't have inheritable to gain one memory when you play another Digimon. But I think that's fine. You just have more consistency in the deck. You just definitely like if numbers get too tight in the rookies, this is maybe the one you cut. But yeah, I think this card is good. Next we have Sad Boy Gaomon. Sad Boy Gaomon. On play, both players draw a top card of the deck. Your turn once per turn when effect adds a card to your opponent's hand, gain one memory. Next we have Greymon. Greymon, reveal top 3, add one Kiriha and one blue black card with Digicross requirements. Digicross requirement just means like your level 5s and up. If you search the male Bergermon, if you search another Greymon or Gaussmon, whatever, those are being trashed and you just won't be seeing them. There's no big recovery unless you run the black package of the blue flare Twilight deck. Which is not a bad option. But yeah. On deletion, save. That's really great. Really good about these new blue champions are the inherentables. Because we don't rely on you having 2 or more Digimon on the field anymore. Just when attacking, draw one. I don't care how many you have on the field. I'm just going to draw one. Add more consistency right now. And you have jamming with your male Bergermon we'll talk about. Yeah, that's right. It's heritable is jamming. I could potentially swing, jam, unsuspend with the old Greymon. Swing again. Bam, jamming. And that's crazy. Okay, that's inheritable though. The other good part is on play. One of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level, and it's just on play Ice Wall. Like this is really good because sometimes if my Gaussmon with on deletion dies, I don't want to play out a searcher, like a searching Greymon or male Bergermon that because they don't really do anything. I already have a Kiriha. I don't need to play another Kiriha. I just started the game. I don't have a Kiriha in trash. In Greymon, I have every piece in my hand. I don't care. On deletion, save. Really good. Going to another blue champion, we have Galmon, just really good, and Mirage Galgamon, because you have that's when Digimon doesn't matter. It's good. Don't get me wrong, especially early, you want to set back an opponent. Let's say they turn 1, play an Algamon, and yeah, that's about it. They Digimon played Algamon. You respond back. Sure, you can Digimon back, I don't care. You play a Galmon, you both draw one. What do you do? And then you'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna Digivolve into Galgamon and put you to 2 and bounce that searcher. But wait, my Galmon is my heritable. I get to gain 1 memory because you got a card in your hand by an effect. That's just really cool. It's insane. Alright, going into our ultimates, we have a Metal Greymon. Metal Greymon, Digicross for 2, with a blue Greymon, specifically blue Greymon, not just general Greymon. A Male Bergermon. I'll play this Digimon against Rush for the turn. That's really good. Makes it more consistent with the other Metal Greymon. If Digicrossing, trash up to 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Now, is that great? Yeah, it's great. Like, inheritables are really scary nowadays as slowly Digimon cards are getting better. That includes the inheritables. The inheritables are really scary. Now, when attacking, it's inheritable. If this Digimon is a Great Nightmon, when opponent's Digimon with 3 or fewer sources can attack until the end of your opponent's turn. That's whatever. I would think just whatever. I think Great Nightmon is a disappointment. Going to our second ultimate, Galgamon. When Digivolving, turn your opponent to level 4 or lower. to its owner hand. I think a lot of these cards that are the Digivolving are not going to be super good because that will make the deck unbalanced because its heritables are really good. Like when attacking once per turn, if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, unspend its Digimon. And you're constantly giving them cards. So, and your opponent at this point hate having cards. They have too much. They have everything they need. They can't use it because you're effing them up. So yeah, I like it. Going to our first Mega, we have the Gray's Nightmon. Like, just doesn't do much. If we get the Altar, I'll be happy. But like, I'll not be the happiest. One more thing, I think it's a waste of an SR. Going to our other Mega, we have the Garurumon. Just bounce level 4. Your opponent has 8 number of cards. Return one of your opponent's level 6 or higher to its owner's hand. Now, what I think about this card is, well, first you can bounce 2 Digimon. It's not just one. It's not instead. You can bounce a level 6 or higher instead. No, you bounce 2 Digimon. All turns once per turn. When effect add cards to your opponent's hand, if you have a Tamer in play, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. Now, I would say this effect is kind of good only if you can increase the level by inheritables, or this effect increases the level by every 4 cards in your opponent's hand. But the all turns is not bad. Going into our yellow rookies, we have Agumon Expert. Agumon Expert's an interesting card. This card really is dependent on the meta. Essentially, opponent's turn once per turn. When your opponent plays a Digimon, I'm gonna recover. Like, you literally just recovered. For instance, let's say you're a turn one player. You're a Digimon backing you a hard play Agumon Expert. Now, if your opponent try to play a Searcher, like use that memory, be like, oh, that's cool. I have another rook in my hand. I'm gonna tuck into my security. And you're like, what? And you're at 6 mana right away. And it's like, no, this is more of a security zoo card. You definitely play it in other decks, but I think this is more of a security zoo type of card. So yeah, really nice, pretty fun. I like it. Going into our second champion, we have Gold Digimon. Gold Digimon is one of the must-get cards. If you're playing armor, this is your must-get card. But yellow, blue, maybe there's like a good tech card. This Digimon cannot Digivolve on top of blue cards, in exception to VMons. So even though it's blue, yellow, beware that you can't Digivolve on top of a blue card, in case people tuck it in for some reason. Besides Armor Purge, when Digivolving, when you play Digimon, gets minus 2k. Like, for instance, you're in a situation where there's a Mega on the board that swung last turn, you're a champion, and you're like, go ahead and minus 2k, punch over it. Now, it's a good secondary effect. It's a really good secondary effect. If you have a blue or yellow Tamer in play, or armor and trash, when your opponent's Digimon with 6k or less, can't attack or block. Now, I think this is one of the main points of why you minus 2k. Instead of just being aggressive and swing over, then you just minus, and get a stun. So yeah, really good. I like it. Next, we got Terraramon. Terraramon is an alliance card. It's a good, I would say, it's a good keyword. I don't think it's a good deck. Alliance, what it does, it's in your keyword. When this Digimon attacks by sending one of your other Digimon, this Digimon adds suspended Digimon DP, gains secure attack +1. And attack, once returned, if you have another suspended Digimon in play, when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k for the turn. Yeah, what's good about this card potentially, let's say you're playing a Reaper deck. If you want, you can play this out for turn 1, turn 2, bring out Reaper, and swing with this alliance. Reaper's like 13k, so add that 13k to yourself, you're 17k, and you swing for 2 checks. Nothing will delete you. Nothing. Maybe besides like an option card superior mode. 4 costs for 2 checks, and your opponent probably has to answer the little rabbit. It's now a menace. Now you know what the capability of a Terraramon and a Reaper deck is. It's really interesting. The Hairball's okay. Going to our ultimate is Domon. Domon is really like Talmon, so searching it. Go ahead. This is really good for, I think, general blue yellow decks, mainly yellow decks, because on play or Digivolving, I like that on play. Return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6 or less to its owner's hand. So for yellow, how this combos well is you might DP your opponent's Digimon to just play this boy. Play this boy, and your opponent's like, what? And now you have an ultimate on the board that's gonna wreak havoc. Another one Digivolving effect is whatever, 2 cost or more option, minus 2k. But interesting card. I love the cards now that I have on play when Digivolving now. Add more flexibility to a lot of decks. Next ultimate, Antilamon. Antilamon Alliance. I already told you what the Alliance does, so it's end of attack now. End of attack, you have 3 of your security cards, cover 1. Now this is really good because end of attack adds more flexibility because I think you can Digivolve into it mid-swing. So you can swing with Terraramon. I think Henry and Shichu Wong can help Digivolve your guy mid-swing, and then Tilamon will pop out. And now after checking 2 times, because let's say you allianced, you can now recover 1. And that's about it. Now, but its inheritable effect is kind of mid. End of attack, once per turn, if your opponent has another suspended Digimon in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k. Yeah, I want the minus 2k when I'm about to swing. Like, let's say Digimon is minus 4k, you minus 2k with this effect and another effect, sure, I get it. But it's not that. I just don't care for the heritable. Going into our Megas, we have Kuzuhamon. Kuzuhamon is Tier 6 Kuyumon, but I think this is, first of all, a really great general blue-yellow card. You can definitely play it in blue flare. So in Digivolve, you may use the option cards with the cost 5 or less in your hand, like Blazing Memory Boost. And your turn 1 to return, when you use an option card that costs 2 or more, you may play one Talmud level 4 or lower yellow blue card. Because like you're in Digicross, so you will have 2 blue Digimon underneath, playing out stuff for free, and while you also are playing a 5 cost option or less, when you just Digivolve for 3, that's insane. Starting off the green rookies, we have Terriermon. Terriermon rebuild top 4, get a dual color green, add 1 Tamer card with Henry. And we're being specific here, Henry. This is good. You can definitely get 2 things versus the Vmons, Armadillomons. Just get you a dual color card. So it's not bad. I just think it's interesting. We're being specific here. This definitely isn't up. When Alliance suspends one of your inheritables, your turn. When Alliance suspends one of your Digimon, this Digimon may Digivolve into a dual color green Digimon in your hand. This Digimon would Digivolve, but this effect due to cost by 2. Now, this is where the end of attack from your Digimon get good. I'm not a huge Alliance guy, but this is just take what you fancy. Just stay here. Terriermon Assistant is one you would want to spend because your turn when effect suspends this Digimon. When your Digimon gets 4k for the turn. So even if this gets Alliance, 1k from it, don't worry, you get 4 more. And just a rookie, you don't have to invest into this Digimon. This is just a boy who keeps getting suspended. And Inheritable is the same thing as Terriermon. I'm not gonna repeat it. It's the same thing as Terriermon. Then we have Lopmon. Lopmon, the same thing as Terriermon, but instead of Henry Wong, it's Chu Wong. Inheritable is the same. Not gonna go over it. Alright, now we have Black Gargomon. Black Gargomon has Alliance. That's basically it for its effect. Inheritables, when an effect suspends another Digimon, gain 2k. That's fine. You know? It's fine. It's not great. But consistency in the deck. Not bad. Now we have Black Rabbitmon. Alliance. End of attack, which is good. End of attack. They Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then stop trashing when you trash at level 3. Okay, whatever. This is good, as it does sit back your opponent. Inheritable's pretty good. Piercing. Not much else, but piercing's good. The only sad part is that you need to suspend another Digimon by effect. Okay, next one, Black Mega Gargomon. End of your turn, once per turn. Until the end of your opponent's turn, 2 of your green or black Digimon gain blocker and reboot. That's pretty good. You know, get a more defensive side. I don't think you play this at like a max 4 of. I don't think you play a Black Mega Gargomon deck. I think you may put this as a tech card to sort of gain defense. And it has an alternate return effect. When another Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend its Digimon. Cool, you can sort of like swing twice. Not bad. The green cards are not that exciting besides the egg. The best part is probably the rookies. Alright, next we have the black cards. Black Agumon, or just Agumon, he just happens to be black colored. Real top 3, get 1 Greymon. Other card has to be a Gabumon, Garurumon, or Omnimon in his name. That's pretty good. Inheritables is just when another Digimon Digivolves, get 1 memory. Gabumon, very similar. Get 1 Garurumon, and the Agumon line at Omnimon. Inheritables, same thing. What sucks about this type of deck is that you need to rely on having all the cards in your hand. Even if you have to top deck it, you need it wherever necessary. And also sometimes it's just hard to have another Digimon in play. You don't necessarily have to have it right there and then, but yeah. Skull Knightmon, cool card. I think this definitely helps the Dark Knightmon deck. Because sometimes in a lot of decks, you have to waste time to play your Tamers out. And on play, if you don't have a Nene, play a Nene. And I think with Dark Knightmon X, you can definitely delete your Nenes. This card has definitely more value than other decks that just play their Tamers. Like a lot of the time, not have your Tamer because you voluntarily deleted it. On deletion, reveal top card of your deck. If it's a blue flare Twilight, add it to your hand. That's pretty good. Get a search. You're being aggressive on deletions. Pretty good. Now, I do note that with this Digicross deck, you don't get a save, which is kind of sad. But you're fine with that. You can utilize your trash every now and then. And Inheritable Reboot. Reboot's good. Don't get swung on stuff. Get ready to block with this Digimon that got rebooted. Because the Nene makes everything a blocker. Pretty good. Going to Garurumon. When Digivolving one of your other Digimon, Digivolve until level 6 or lower. There's Greymon in this name. When a Digimon would Digivolve by this effect, reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. And Inheritable Reboots. Greymon's about the same, but however, instead of saying Greymon, it says Garurumon. So, what's sad is that it didn't say Greymon or Garurumon. That would make the deck a lot more flexible. But because it needs to specifically have like a whole Greymon line, a whole Garurumon line, that's where it gets tricky. But it's pretty cool. You Digivolve for a full 2 into 1 champion. Digivolve for 0 to into the next champion. Then Digivolve 1 for the ultimate, then 3 for the megas. Like, that's pretty cool. Then we have Deadly Axemon. Deadly Axemon on play, trash 1 card with blue flare or Twilight in your hand, draw 2. Sort of like Flamemon from BT12. Pretty good effect. Because you definitely can get stuff back, so it's not a huge problem. Plus, we love that. Well, first it's cheap. You can just play this for cheap for four, potentially from Pride Memory Boost. Then you can just generate like a net draw profit. Pretty cool. Annihilation. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a blue player or Twilight, add it to your hand. Pretty much the same thing as the other one. So yeah, it's good. Inheritable's pretty good too. It's a 1k boost, but at least it's all turns. That's like pretty good. And a 1k boost can really matter in a lot of games. Or you play swung over a Digimon 1k. You're gonna thank God that this Digimon's got that 1k boost. Here we have Dark Meldramon, Digimon, and all Digimon with Nightmon or Nightmon. Their names are unblockable. You don't care about this card. You don't. You really don't. Similar to the champions, with this Digimon Digivolves, your next evolution is -2. What's good about this is that it is a blocker, and you do have blockers heritable, so you can swing and reboot and just sort of not be such a dead body on the field. Gorgumon's the same thing. Dark Knightmon, you can Digicross with Scar Knightmon, Daily Axemon, so it can potentially be a 4-play cost. I'm gonna play until the end of your opponent's turn. One of your Digimon gains a blocker. If Digicross, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Not bad. I think that's been a thing, so not too bad. Unleash and reveal top 2 cards of your deck. Add one Blue Flare or Twilight among them to your hand. Okay, this is where it gets a bit iffy. I'm glad for the searches. I'm really glad. But the thing is, the other Dark Digimon is better. There's 2 other Digimon that are better. They can let you play out your old sources or just do more things. Okay, maybe the Heritable save it. Your Heritable is the opponent's turn, once per turn. When the opponent Digimon attacks, Digimon has Great Digimon. You switch to target. Switch your target to this Digimon. Dark Knight ass. Gaimon, Bucker Gaimon fans or just Gaimon fans, listen up. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with pick us 13 or more. If no Digimon with when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with pick us 13 or more. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Pretty good. You know? Can both delete an aggressive like boss monster on enemy side field, or just be aggressive by trashing their security. Not bad. Any other turn, if you have a Tamer in play, this Digimon may Digivolve into one card with Gaimon in its name, and a play cost of 13 or more in your hand, ignoring its Digivolution. I just wish this card can Digivolve already on top of a Gaimon, like sort of like a Zakuyamon maiden mode. It's a Zakuyamon combo, like switch Digivolve between the two back and forth. I think that would have made the card a lot better. At the moment, I just think this card's okay. It's not a bad card. Definitely good in decks. I just think there's better cards out there. But if you want, I think it's okay. Kresgarumon's pretty good. Sort of like the Digivolving back and forth mechanic, this one of its 3 Digivolving effects is let your other Digimon Digivolve into a Greymon. That's cool. And this time you don't reduce the play cost by 2, you Digivolve for free. Another thing is choose any number of your opponent's Digimon that add up to 6, not just pick up 6 or less. Add up to 6, and another great effect is that it bottom decks those Digimon. That's great. Bottom decking I think is really strong. Its third effect you can do is this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play, may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand for the cost. So you don't need to have like your heritable to DNA at the end of turn. If you pass over turn when Digivolving to this Digimon, you can Digivolve your other Digimon for free, and then just DNA. Then go to Unwan Alter S. Pretty good. Your heritable is when attacking, it has Anima in its name. Return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower to the bottom of its deck. Level 5 is a big chunk of levels that people are playing. So really good. Really, really good. You can board wipe a good amount during the time you can really come back really quick when you go into your Omnimon Alter S. Complementing your Kresgarumon, we have Blitz Greymon. Pretty much same thing. Instead of bond decking play cost 6 or less, you will Digivolve 3 of your opponent's Digimon. Very strong. You didn't know that? It's very strong. If your enemy's board is a bunch of like level 5, 6s, it gets scary. So the Digivolving may help a lot. And then you have your Kresgarumon Inheritable to help bottom deck those new Digimon when attacking. Sorry. Going to its heritable, when attacking, once returned, this Digimon has on its name. Trash top card your opponent's security. I love this. You just an extra trash. Like your Hanimon wasn't gonna die to security. Most likely it wasn't gonna die. But this adds a lot to the fact that I had to risk one less in case that was like say a Gaia Force. I dodged that because I trashed it. And now I'm doing pretty much 2 checks. And just I like it. I just like it. Last but not least, this is Sekon's like little thing for them. Shout out Serafimon. When the card is moved for security stack, the Digivolve 1. It's just a good a good boss card. Like for Yellow Hybrid is also really good because instead of Dynasmon, which would let you recover one if you're at 3 or less, you can Digivolve 1. So just stop opponent aggression. Like they finally got into level 6, they're gonna do a bunch of shit, blah 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 blah. They Digivolve. Now I'm gonna swing over you when it comes back to my turn. It's over. And that's not even once per turn. Like, it's just like this is for each security stack removed. So they have 3 checks. Like they might not have 3 more checks if it's based on inheritables. So I like it. On deletion, recover 1. I think it can be really a Serafimon without having recover 1. And it's the secondary thing is then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4k for the turn for each card in your security stack. And let's say you are at a perfect 5 security because you've been defending that thing. You've been recovering the whole time. And then you finally get deleted. And now you're 6 security. I'm saying 6 security because this is most likely where you'll be. If not, at least. So you can just minus DP them for 4 times 6, 2400. You can DP minus a Digimon for 2400. No Digimon is ever that big. Like most Digimon would be like 12k. Like if they're mega, and that's 3 security. Make that 4. It deletes almost. It will delete like every mega as long as they're not DB boosted. That's insane. Going to our first work, we have Fake Agumon Expert. Once per turn, when the opponent's Digimon is deleted by trashing one card the same level in your hand, draw 2. Now, is this good? It's okay. Next, you have Falcomon. Top 3. Get a Bravemon, or a Bird, or an Avian, and your Tamer, Kenan. Really good. All these tribal decks need a searcher, so this is good. On deletion, outside of battle, your opponent trashes 1 card in hand. Sort of opposite of Mirage Galgamon, you're sort of trying to deplete your opponent's resources. Man, I kind of like that because very slowly you just sort of get rid of your opponent's like resources. Like at first they didn't need it, that's they voluntarily trashed it, but then later on they're like, okay, I don't have enough rookies, enough champions, I don't have enough ultimates, and like yeah. Going to our purple champions, we have Pikmon. When dissolving, do have a Keenan. Oh, just play a Keenan. Glad we're getting more of these type of effects. On deletion, same thing as Falcomon. If I die outside of battle, I'm gonna trash 1 card in your hand. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Wendigomon, one of my favorite Digimon, the Digimon Survive, just hasn't lines as mainly its effect. Inheritables though. End of attack, once per turn, if you have another suspended Digimon in play, turn 1 Digimon card from your trash to your hand. This helps you get back resources they might have missed. I think it's an okay effect. It's not great. I wish it was better. Going into our first purple ultimate Chromon. When attacking, you have a purple Tamer in play. This Digimon may Digivolve to Ravemon for the Digivolution cost. What sucks about this effect is that first, it's a prerequisite of you having a purple Tamer, so you can swing and Digivolve. And second, when you Digivolve, you have to pay for the costs. I'm already paying for the cost to get a Tamer out in the field. Why am I wasting more time to also Digivolve? Like that, it just feels like a waste of time. It helps speed up the process a bit, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it does help. I just wish there was a bit more to this effect. I wish it was free Digivolution costs. Okay, Digivolve or Inheritable effect. Inheritable effect, Unleashing was deleted outside of battle. Delete opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Good effect, definitely control the board. I think it'll be better once you get the BT13 Chromon. It's not a bad effect. I have to use this effect for 4. Level 5 is next we got Antilamon. Antilamon has alliance. Now it's end of attack. You may play 1 green level 3 Digimon from your trash without paying the cost. That's pretty good. This is finally one card I can say this has a good effect in the alliance deck. Build a wider board as you get search for your next cards of Shucho Wong or Henry, whatever. It's just great. I'm glad to see it. It's heritable, end of attack. Once per turn, if you have another suspended Digimon play, return 1 green Digimon card from your trash in your hand. That's okay. I think if we can get a stronger effect than just stronger inheritable than just that, that'll be great. Next we have Raybon. Raybon, jamming. That's really good. So you definitely won't die by battle. You can definitely do your other things to delete this Digimon. End of attack. By deleting this Digimon, well, if it has a source underneath, at the end of your opponent's turn, play a Raybon. That's really good because there's like Back to Revenge that plays your Digimon when being deleted right away. But I think the bad part is that when your turn comes around to use that Digimon, you could potentially just die. So this like extra barrier of protection where your opponents can't interact with it during their turn is really great. The only bad part is that there are cards that can counter it. Like you can't play Digimon by effect, like Crimson Blaze. Potentially this is not the best effect, but I like this effect. Another thing is on deletion. If your opponent has 8 or more, treasure card in hand. If your opponent has 7 or fewer cards in hand, don't worry, dude. I know I've been trashing cards in hand. I know it's been not good for you. So I'm gonna add your security card to your hand. Like some of the trashing it is just not as good, but it's still good. As long as you have to interact with that security. I like that aesthetic of this card, and I'm definitely excited to play the deck. Cherubimon. It's Alliance. When digivolving, until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon and one of your level 5 or lower gains on deletion, you may play this card without paying the cost. Now this is interesting because this is actually finally a good effect. Sadly, it's not like in all turns, once per turn, main effect, whatever, but it's a good effect because you can definitely combo this into your Demon using the old Cherubimon that deletes this Cherubimon. It's pretty good. This is one of the big giant moments for the Alliance deck. So this is one of the key cards I think you should keep your eye on. Finally happy to complement Alliance decks. Going to Onimon Alter S. He DNAs with a blue level 6 and a red level 6. When digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8k or less. Now that's pretty much like a level 5 or lower. What's interesting is that his secondary effect is return when your opponent's level 6 or higher to the bottom there. Deleting 8k or less is typically the level 5s or lower, and you return level 6 or higher. It's good. You sort of get rid of both sides. I think Anima Alter S decks is definitely a deck you try to have your comeback moment, your little underdog story. So this is sort of why this effect is really good, because you will need to delete a whiteboard. Okay, now all turns, when this Digimon will leave the battle area, other than by one of your effects, you may play Blitzgreymon and a Crestgreymon from its sources, then place this Digimon at the bottom of your security face down. This has so many reasons why it's good. First, it counters Chaos the Great, so Sekon may not be the top dog. And when they face against this card for the first time, they're gonna be scared because it'd be like Chaos the Great. I'm like, no, F you. Because you do that, I'm gonna use my all turns effect. All turns is when I'm when I leave the battle area, I'm gonna play a blitz. I'm gonna play the crest star underneath me. I'm gonna place myself on my chaos. Sorry, I'm gonna place myself at the security at the bottom. No trashing. F you. I think it's just good. I may be wrong, and this card can't interrupt chaos degrade because turn player has priority. You can let me know down in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I like this effect. You have Matt and Shin and Tai. Good card for the Onimon deck, where when you play an Agumon or Gabumon, suspend a steamer gaining memory. And if you combo this with Nokia, you can play Nokia for 2. And then combo off a lot from there. But your turn, when one of your once per turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves, if you have one of your Digimon in play, you may play a Gabumon. That Digimon has a Greymon in its name. Or one Agumon if it has a Greymon in its name. From your hand or trash without paying the cost. So this is a huge comeback moment for you. This is the card that makes videos. You could definitely just, oh man, I'm at 1 security, I'm at 0 security. What the fuck do I do? What the hell do I do? You just, okay, I'm gonna promote Digivolve my Agumon into Greymon. I'm at 3. Both effects of Mad and Tai and that Greymon Digivolution are happening simultaneously. So instead of activating your Greymon right away, you activate Mad and Tai. And what's great is that you don't have to suspend this timer. Play the Gabumon out right away and do your thing. Then you activate the Greymon effect to digivolve your new Gabumon. You just go back and forth into an Onmon with only 3 memory. And that's really all you need because you haven't heard about give you memory when digivolving. It's insane. Next you have Kiriha Nene. So the name of this card is also treated as Kiriha Alnuma or Nene Amano. Good. Because I finally with Blazing Memory Boost, I don't whiff on the white teamer. I'll be able to play this card. Start main phase, there are 2 more Digimon in play, gain 1 in memory. In all turns, when you would play one Digimon with Blue Flare or Twilight, with Digicross requirements, by spending this tamer, you may place 1 card from under your tamer and 1 card from your trash as Digivolution cards for Digicross. Okay, now I get it for why you search so much and trash the rest it's because you can use this effect. Next we have Henry Shuchu Wong. Start our main phase. If you have one or fewer Digimon in play, you may play one Terriermon or one Lopmon. Digimon play by this effect can't digivolve or are deleted at the opponent's turn. Here's why you would want to get back your green Digimon with your effects. Your turn, when your Terriermon or Lopmon digivolves, spend his Tamer, reduces Digivolving costs by 1. The only sad part is that this doesn't help throughout the whole line. It only helps starts at the rookie level and just stops there. But regardless, this is still a good card. You have Keening Crier. It has an alternate where one of your purple Digimon with Ravon is named or bird or avian in its trait is deleted. By spending his tamer, draw 1. That Digimon was deleted by an effect, keep 1 in memory. If you're using Ravon to delete itself, potentially, let's make a whole scenario. Swing Digivolve into Chromon. You roll 1 memory. You now put your opponent at 2. And the end of attack, Ravon's like, you know what? I'm gonna end myself. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna tap Keenan, gain 1 memory. And you just choke your opponent to 1 death. That's where the combos get good. Being able to interact throughout all turns is a great thing for any deck. I'm glad that Ravon gets that straight off the bat. Trident, Gaia, delete your opponent's highest DB. If a Digimon with 13k got deleted, trash top card of their security. So that's good because it doesn't power creep too much. It just does a bit extra. Adds a Beast Blade and Shedding Dragon Bullet. I don't like this card. You can definitely play it in your Omnimon Alter S builds because you can definitely build one stack and then finally when it's time, instead of like Digimon back and forth, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna play Agumon, play this option, and then just warped, which is pretty nice. I just don't like this card too much. I'll try it out again. Security effect is pretty fun. You just play a Gabumon Agumon from hand to trash. Full Metal Blaze. Now I think this is a good card. Attacks 2 Digimons, 2 level 4 or lower, and then if one has 8 or more cards, returns level 6 or higher to the bottom of his owner's deck. So level 5 is not really touched, but this you hit 3 things and it never says instead. Next you have Heaven's Judgment. Heaven's Judgment is a good Buildstar card. It's a good Xmon card. It's a good card. Its main. When your first Digimon gets minus 6k for the turn for each color you have on the field. Well, Digimon. You're playing the Lion deck, you have 3 colors potentially. You have black, green, and yellow. So that's 1800. I think typically decks that do use this will be around 12k. You minus 12k. And the security effect is pretty good too. You don't have to rely on the main. You just minus 12k Digimon. That's good. Next you have Gaia Reactor. Main. Choose one of each player's Digimon with the highest play cost. Delete all other Digimon. That's pretty good. If you definitely wanted that one-on-one, this helps. Do I like this card a lot? No, I don't. My friend loves this card. I don't really care for it. Tarnish Hero. If you have a green Digimon or Tamer in play, you can use it. Main effect, delete one of your opponent's level 3, then place in your battle area. Delay, your opponent may trash one option card in hand. It did not gain 2 memory. Now it's good that you can delete a level 3. Then you have a delay to gain 2 memory potentially, or you tax your opponent ability. So definitely adds a bit of a mind game. I don't think this card's great. It could be meta depending on like if people start playing a lot of searchers, then this card will help. But it's okay. Next we have Abe no Ohara Body. I butchered that a bit, but it's okay. Main effect, delete one of your Digimon, delete opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to. We had this card before, it's called Pandemonium Laser, but it has a secondary effect. If one of your Digimon with Raymon in its name was deleted by this effect, at the end of your turn, play one Raymon from your trash. And this is good for that one Raymon that you already looped. Your Raymon had sources, it deleted itself, it got played back. It swung, it sort of is a dead card. But if you play this card, delete it, you can play it again. It sort of just loop, well, until you ran out of this option card. But it's pretty good, I like it. Digital Translator. Here's the card. I don't care for it. Next. I'm on Alter B. Okay, you don't have to use this card. I think there's definitely better options. Or not better option. There's different alternatives like Merciful Mode. But let's see what it does. Digital for 2 from level 7 Onimon in its name. Okay. When digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon. So the opponent has a big stack, just digivolve it. Then choose any number of your opponent's Digimon. Then choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose play cost is a total of 6 or less, then delete them. That's pretty good because you are going to digivolve your opponents a lot. So potentially they will be just a 6 cost champion or maybe a cheap. Another good thing is that when attacking, stretching up to 3 level 6 or higher, stretching up to 3 level 6 or higher Digimon cards from the sources among your opponent's Digimon and Tamers. Delete one with the lowest play cost for each card trash. If you trash 3 cards, trash the top 2 cards for your opponent's security stack. So this is like you're sort of going for game moment. Because first you get to delete 3 things. Those 3 things potentially are the 3 blockers that are in your way. Those 3 things are potentially the 3 things that could make your opponent come back, which are the Tamers. Those 3 things are a lot. I'm saying 3 because you will definitely have 3 if you're going to Ultra B. And then also, you could just go for game. As when attacking, you can trash Blitz Greymon. That's 1. Then you trash 2 more off of this effect. That's 3 checks without even doing anything. And that's you've been checking throughout the whole game. You check 2 before this, and you just go for game with this card. This is the same card. I like this card. This is what I might be hunting for, but mainly I'm hunting for the next secret rare. This is one of the bigger secret rares from the set, and it's really good. What's the effect? Well, when Digivolving, or on and is on deletion, until the end of your opponent's next turn, all your opponent's Digimon gets a minus 5k. Really good blanket effect. And end of attack, you can also delete this Digimon on purpose, so it'll be minus 10k. So anything that gets played during that time, don't get it on play if it just is not bigger than 10k. His card is strong. And then attack is not a May effect, it's not a it is mandatory. The only bad part is that the end attack is mandatory, but it's just but the thing is you don't even mind. End of attack, delete this Digimon or one of your opponent's Digimon. Delete you just like it's like a suicide bomber. You kill each other, and then recover 1. You're just benefiting. You're really benefiting. And then you have a Tamer to play, hatch 1. What is that? You can swing, get 1 check off, delete your opponent's Digimon, recover 1, and hatch. I don't mind get deleted. I don't mind. Really good effect. I like this card. Definitely gonna play this in my Beelstar deck if I pull it. That's about it. That's literally about it for the card list. We can go over the alt arts. Chaos, mid. Victorymon, mid. Medieval Gallantmon, cool alt art, but it's mid. Grey Knightmon, I hate you. Sigurumon, you're alright, you're cool. Gold Vigimon, you're alright. I'll trade you. Kuzuhamon, I love you. Terramon Assistant, cool art. Bakamon Gagamon, mid. Gaomon, cool. Art, mid card. Kasgurumon, cool. Shalasrafmon, love you. Blitzcraemon, love you. Pokemon, you're cool. Irvon, you're cool. Alter S, you're cool. Tamers, cool. Why? Sure, you're cool. You're not cool. Alter B, you're cool. Rune mode, you're cool. Sword defeat, you're cool. If I get this card, I'll be so happy. But yeah, that's about it for the must-have cards. Going over it quickly, the must-haves. Must-haves are only just 1 for the egg. These 2 for the red rookies. Nearly all the blue cards except Great Knightmon are good. Out of the yellow ones, Kuzaha and Domon are good. Yellow's trash. Black in a general aspect, only Shadow Swarfmon is good. In purple, nothing really is that good. Tamers, I think Blue Fairies is always be relevant, so Kiriha is good. Option cards, Trident Gaia is good. Adds extra layer to Gaia Force in a way. Full Metal Blaze is good. Heaven's Judgment is good. And everything else is okay. Everything else is okay or bad. I think these are the must-have cards, and I'm right. That's about it. All right, hope you guys have a great day or not. The choice is yours. Bye.